Hello, it's Peter Wright and Kathleen Beauvais with another weekly wrap-up of the Yakking Show. And this is for the week ending 30th of August. But before we get into discussing anything else, let's welcome Kathleen, co-host. Hi, Kathleen. How are you today?
Oh, I'm doing great, Peter. Thank you. And thank you also very much for tuning into our show. We so appreciate having you. Yeah.
Good. So should I say, August is almost done. The year's flying by. I don't
Yeah.
know, the older I
There's,
get, the quicker it seems to go. So
Isn't that the way it goes, huh?
that's right. And I've got to tell those of you who are in warmer climates that it's been unseasonably cold in this part of Canada for the last couple of days. I've got a sweater on and long pants. Can you believe? I mean, it's unheard of in August in Canada. But anyway, one of those things. So, Kathleen, you're going to start off with your health tip.
I am actually, Peter. Today, I'd like to talk about intermittent fasting and
Ah,
how promising it is for healthy brains in older adults. So, intermittent fasting has become one of the most popular methods for weight loss and metabolic fitness. New studies are finding its benefits reach way beyond. So, the study measured a 5:2 ratio fasting effects on important biomarkers in both men and women. And what I mean by 5:2 ratio is that um, people ate regular meals for 5 days and then fasted for two, but they could choose which 2 days that they could
mhm,
fast. So um, for 8 weeks, the participants maintained a USDA healthy living diet, so consisting of fruits, vegetables, whole grains, lean proteins, low-fat dairy, and limited sugar and saturated fats and sodium. And then the participants were then divided into two groups. The healthy group that followed the 7-day diet, the USDA approved
mhm.
diet, and then the second group that followed an intermittent fasting, which comprised of, as I said, 5 days of this diet, and then 2 days where they actually drank shakes for those 2 days, and they totaled like 480 calories on those two fasting days.
Mhm.
So what they discovered that both groups overall saw benefits in insulin resistance and slowed pace of brain aging from their respective diet plans. However, the intermittent fasting group experienced improvement in memory and
Mhm.
executive function at a rate of 20% more than the group
Wow,
following just the healthy diet alone. Yeah.
quite
So,
amazing.
yeah, the intermittent fasting group also lost more weight. Neither group saw any change in biomarkers, though, for Alzheimer's disease. So it says here that you can select which 2 days of the week you want to fast for, but ideally it should not be consecutive,
Mhm.
right? So in other words, if you're taking 2 days of fasting, they shouldn't be back to back,
All right.
right? Otherwise, they say your energy levels will not be maintained. The staggered approach, they say, to eating is believed to offer health benefits such as weight loss, as I said, improved metabolic health, reduce risk of certain chronic diseases. The calorie deficit created by the restricted days is touted as safe and effective, as a safe and effective means for weight loss. However, they're saying also to be careful because in many cases it's not sustainable for some. It also creates the potential for overeating. So on the 5 days that you're eating the normal diet, you might want to indulge on those days more than you normally would. Also, you have to be careful if you're going to do this because you could lack some nutrient balance.
Mhm.
And also, they say that there could be a potential for developing some eating disorders. Um, and of course, this kind of dieting isn't for everybody. And I think you just have to be careful and just go with whatever resonates with you.
Mhm. That's interesting. Huge, yeah, big benefits there. What was it 20%, right?
20%. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. And I
Well,
know you like to do a fast.
I do. I
Mm.
tried once a couple of years ago. I tried a 2 day fast, and I did that for a while, and that was black green tea only and water. Nothing solid, no shake, nothing for 2 days. And as your report says, by the end of that second day, my energy levels were way down, and I also found I got depressed and got a headache with that. So for months, I've been doing a 1 day intermittent fast. So I will from no, and that's normally on a Tuesday. So I will have supper on a Monday evening at about 5:36, and I won't eat again until supper on Tuesday evening. So I miss 2 meals, but I go 24 hours without any solid food, and it helped lose weight. I've suspended it during summer because I'm doing a lot of physical activity, and I found I was losing too much weight with that 1 day fasts in summer. But when winter comes and I'm not quite as active, I will be going back onto it, and that helps me maintain my weight very well. And I don't find I binge on the day after the fast. I quite happy sticking to my normal diet. So
Right.
that's what works for me anyway.
Right. Well, as you know, I've done intermittent fasting. In fact, I've
Sure.
not to say that I would advocate doing this because I did it as part of I was going through some naturopathic treatments, and I actually did a 6 day water fast at one time. And but the thing is, when you're detoxing, you do go through the headaches, which is, when you're detoxing the system, the body goes through
Hmm.
things and when it's getting rid of garbage, right? But believe it or not, by the end of the 6th day, I was actually gaining energy.
Really?
I know
Wow.
it sounds counterintuitive, but I'm telling
Yeah.
you. And so, as I said, I'm not advocating for anybody to do that. It's just something I did as when I was going through some naturopathic treatments, and it benefited me. And I sometimes do intermittent fasting, but it's controversial because especially for women going through menopause, because they
Hmm.
say that women shouldn't skip breakfast. They should start with proteins in the morning. And there's a lot of different a lot of different opinions when it comes to diets, and anyway, we'll just leave it there for that one. But Peter,
Right.
I also want to talk about GI Broom from Dr. Morse.
Oh, yes.
Yes. This is a wonderful, wonderful product that I use absolutely every day. It's a powerful, it's labeled as an herbal laxative, but your body does not become dependent on this because it is herbal based. So it's not like going to the drugstore and getting a laxative and keep and taking that on a daily basis where your body can become dependent on that.
Hmm.
This isn't it. Um, it's also a lymphatic puller, so it functions to promote the removal and buildup from the intestinal wall using psyllium husk and Cascara sagrada, while also stimulating the flow of interstitial fluid from the gut lining into the lymphatic circulation and elimination with the help of chickweed, mullein, plantain, and aloe resin. So it just supports a deep cleansing and detoxification process, and I love this product.
Wow, well done. There'll be a link to that in the description and also in the newsletter.
Mhm.
That sounds like a good one. I think maybe I should try that one soon as well. So let's tell you what's been happening on the Yakking show this week.
Yeah.
So on Tuesday we had Erica Hoke, who came and talked to us about natural fertility. And Kathleen, why don't you take over? I mean, this is a woman's topic. You've picked up more than I did. So tell our audience what you picked up from Erica.
Well, Erica has an incredible story to talk about because she was told that she would not have children because she had a battery of different health
Mm.
conditions. Remember? And she went
I
into
think it was seven, wasn't it? 7 reasons why she couldn't get pregnant.
Right. And she took it upon herself to do a lot of research and discovered that, she was going to take matters into her own hands and holistically improved her health. And today she has
Hmm.
four children. So, I mean,
Hmm.
how incredible is that?
Yeah.
So it's an inspiring story, but she does go into some detail. Very interesting. Anybody out there who has any fertility issues needs to listen to this interview because Erica offers some stuff that I had never heard of before. And you might want to even reach out to her directly and get the information from her. She has a wealth of knowledge when it comes to infertility issues, Peter.
She does. And I found it interesting that amongst those four children was a set of twins, right?
Yeah, that's right.
And her last child was born when she was 42 or 43 or something.
Hmm.
Yeah, quite incredible.
Yeah.
And of course, her contact details will be in the description of this video
Mhm.
or audio and in the newsletter as well and on the website. So that was a good one. Then the week after that, the following week will be Blanca Rodriguez, who she's another live wire. She's also helps women regain fitness, and she specializes in massage for women going through menopause, if I remember rightly. So she's good.
Mhm.
The week after that, return visit of DJ Kadagian
Ah,
talking about near-death experiences, and that's a fascinating one. And the week after that is Joy Musakio, who talks about aromatherapy. And I found that really intriguing when she goes through all her essential oils and that. And that'll be followed by Jeff Nelligan, who's talking about parenting. Those are the guests who are coming up over the next few weeks. So our book for the week, our author is this week's guest, Erica Hoke, and her book, she has a series of books called Infertility Success,
mm,
Stories of Hope, Stories of Help and Hope for Your Journey. And she relates how many women have, after years of frustration, become pregnant using totally natural means
that's
to
right.
improve their fertility. So I found that one very good. And we've got all these interesting guests coming for you. So to make sure you don't miss out on our future guests, hop onto the website, theyakkingshow.com, and sign up for our newsletter. We only send you one email a week, just telling you who's on this week, who's on next week. Kathleen's health tips, of course, and the book of the week. And that's it from me. So over to you, Kathleen.
Well, thank you all so very much for tuning in, and we will see you again next week. Take care. Bye-bye, everyone.